Okay, we are here to talk about Preacher, another AMC show that has blown me away. There are 10 episodes in this season, in this first season, and basically, he has teamed up in his past life with this woman, and somehow, one way or another, she has gotten pregnant and lost a child, and throughout the season he has become a preacher and went back to Texas to fulfill his daddy's shoes and all this, and all of a sudden here comes this spirit zooming through the universe and tries to attach itself. It's tried to attach to two other people, but it didn't work out so well in the other two. They ended up exploding all over the the people that are sitting in the pews. But when it attaches itself to this one particular preacher, it does not want to leave, because I guess of his past, and somehow the angels, they call themselves, in the season are down here illegally, but they're down in Texas, and they're like, enough of this. One of them opens up the heaven phone, and it's just one of these seasons that you have to watch. If you haven't watched it, you have to get it and watch it. And I give it 10 out of 10 stars. And it's just one of those that, if I were to walk up and know you on the street, I would be raving about it. Honestly, if I don't know you, I'd still recommend it. And I do recommend that you watch it. I mean, the chick in this is trying to get him to go back and fix, what happened in the past, because he made a promise and said, you made a promise to our child, please, because this town is beyond saving. You need to do this. And which, I don't want to ruin the season finale, but I will tell you one of my most favorite parts. It's in the beginning, and he goes to dude's wife, and he says, are you willing to tell the sheriff what all you told me? Because I guess the kid walks up to him at the beginning and says, I don't like my dad. And he's like, why don't you like him? And he looks over at the little kid's dad, and he's like, it's 'cause he hurt your mom. And what happens is he goes to the kid's mom about some lame excuse about seeing what she can do about the air conditioning in the church, because that needs to be fixed and all that. Well, what happens is, how can I explain this? He's sitting at a bar that night, and all of a sudden, here comes the husband, and he's like, I know the little snitch that told you, and Preacher's like, don't you touch him. And all of a sudden, here comes this bar fight, and it's not really a fight, because Preacher ends up kicking everyone's ass. Pardon my language. And he's like, you're gonna hear this sound like a bunny in a bear trap sound. In which, when the sheriff, by the time he gets there and says, Preacher, enough, he's like, almost finished. And next thing you know, he snaps one of the attendants out, and it's like a bunny in a bear trap. And throughout the show, he's known as Bunny Man. But definitely, this is one of the top series that you have to watch. I recommend it. My fiance recommends it. So, please watch it if you can find it. Alright, that's all I gotta say.